That should be an option to fill out that paper when he gives it to you. He's like, I ain't got a expectation that you have a family history of being shot in the face. You're like, no. It's hereditary. Fallout New Vegas. Only the hottest 13-year-old RPG in current year. The fact that that hasn't stopped me before means it won't stop me now. Where's charisma? That's right, Wasteland. There's a new guy in town. The coolest guy around. Me. First stop on the desert tour, Good Springs.
What do you want?
First up, I spoke to Joe Cobb and the Lawbreakers on the outskirts of town to see what was up with them. They gave me the rundown on what Ringo was and why he owed them money, but overall I don't think they presented a very strong case. It wasn't long until I went to meet Ringo himself.
It is now.
But not before asking Cobb exactly what his past was.
You ought to know better than to ask a man that kind of question. Robbed some people, burned some things, killed a few guys.
Clearly this Joe Cobb was a nice fellow,
What the hell?
but I don't think he was the crowd for me. So I went up and headed off to where I heard Ringo was hiding.
That's close enough.
He was a little jumpy when I arrived, but we quickly settled things.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard.
After
that's
some
all.
time spent negotiating and a few hands of a
All I got
select
left on me are
card
handful of
game
caps.
featured in the Fallout New Vegas
Legion.
universe, I decided
Start
to
with
help out
Sunny's.
Ringo. Not necessarily because I wanted to, but because he offered me money, which I had lost to him fairly recently.
Hi there. Sticking around.
But
Good
none
Springs
the
for a
matter,
while longer?
we went back to town and gathered up our
Say no more.
allies
I'll make
for
it.
the inevitable assault on
Just
the
like
town
I have a
from
feeling
these
that I'm going to end up fighting
powder
those guys one
gangers
way or
led by
another,
Joe
so I might as
Cobb.
well get it over with. Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned
The
with.
sad part is what Sunny Smiles was saying was right. We aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with at the moment. But luckily, most of the town was willing to help out. Except for one bastard of a man.
If I let you touch it, better to leave it buried.
Oh, come on. Easy Pete. You could hand over the dynamite sticks. I won't blow myself up. I'm a trustworthy fellow. But no matter how much I pleaded with this
Too
asshole,
dangerous.
he would
Sorry.
not hand me live
yourself
dynamite
Blow your neighbor.
for the battle. What a dick. Even with Easy Pete pissing out, though, it was time to fight. Easy Pete, so help me God if you're the reason that we fail this mission. I'll put a bullet in you myself. It won't take a stick of dynamite to blow us all up. It was confrontation time, and here come the powder gangers.
Those
After
bastards
dealing
got
with
Ringo
that
in the
quick
end after all.
kerfuffle, it actually
At least he
went
went down fighting.
pretty well from here on out. So next up, we traveled to Prim.
At least his death was quick. Cobb's gang had much worse in mind for him. Until next time.
Wait, Ringo died? No. Son of a bitch. That was the entire reason I did that mission, was to save him. Oh, he fucking ran over here. What a dumbass.
Hey, we're the
Yeah, it turns out Prim is a shithole that's overrun by a bunch of convicts. So real fast, we just took care of that.
The road have taken over the town. Everyone inside is either dead or in hiding.
Oh,
I
at
don't
some
suppose
point
you
we
came
found
here
this
dressed
guy too.
Cross my fingers, but
He's
my hands are
a deputy that can't
Then I'll defer
be
to
law
your
enforcement
superior
because he's shit.
appraisal of character and
He's
prowess
literally
in
so shit
contests
that he
of
can't even
arms.
take over as
See you
sheriff as an
outside.
apocalypse town. And as fast as we came into the town and cleared it out, we were gone. On to the next area, which happened to be a little more interesting.
Yeah! Who won the lottery? I did! Smell that air! Powder ganger. But not no more. Powder gang is small time, man. Bye.
Don't worry. I won't have you lashed to a cross like the rest of these degenerates. It's useful that you happen by. I want you to witness the fate of the town of Nipton, to memorize every detail. And then, when you move on, I want you to teach everyone you meet the lesson that Caesar's Legion taught here. Especially any NCR troops you run across.
So, in case it isn't clear from the crosses covered in burning corpses, we're going to consider these guys the bad guys. But just when you thought they were bad enough already, they get worse. Let me introduce you to Agent Jeannie Mae Crawford in our next town, Novak.
Oh, what am I doing? I got to thinking about making a good impression and plain forgot to tell you my name. I'm Jeannie Mae. I take care of folk.
I'm gonna be up front.
We're in a little desert
This is all a
oasis,
front.
Name of Novak.
Get
This
what I
is
did there?
I know Delight Motel. And it's
Jeannie
mine.
may have a sweet exterior,
Well, it's
putting on the
Dusty
lovely old
McBride's
hotel
been losing
owner
some rum,
facade.
But that's probably
But
the
deep
heat
down,
more than
she is a
anything.
dark,
Honestly,
evil
it's been real
creature.
quiet.
And it was
Ranger
only
Andy's still
brought to
hurt,
my
but we got
attention
these two
when I
gentlemen
spoke to the
snipers
sniper
watching the road day
and the
and night,
dinosaur
keeping the
outside.
trash out of Novak. They've been a blessing.
God damn it. Don't sneak up on me like that. What do you want?
This lovely piece is Boone,
I think you
a
better
sniper,
leave.
previously with the NCR, now
Wait.
settled down to defend
You just
Novak
got
from
into town.
raiders.
Maybe you shouldn't go.
But he has an
Not just
issue
yet.
on his hand, one related to the woman we talked to earlier.
I need someone I can trust.
Let's figure out a
You're a
little bit
stranger.
more of this
That's a
mystery.
start. I want you to find something out for me. I don't know if there's anything to find, but I need someone to try. My wife was taken from our home by Legion slavers one night while I was on watch. They knew when to come and what route to take, and they only took Carla. Someone set it up. I don't know who. My wife's dead. I want the son of a bitch who sold her. Bring him out in front of the nest here while I'm on duty. I work nights. I'll give you my NCR beret to put on. It'll be our signal so I know you're standing with him. And I'll take care of the rest. I need to do this myself.
And thus, the proper investigation begins. But I already had a sneaking suspicion about Jeannie Mae, and had stolen her key earlier. And lo and behold, a bill of sale in her safe. Now, of course, every good business keeps a ledger. But, this particular bill of sale, well, let's just say it's, not exactly normal business.
I hope you're finding everything to your liking.
Although I was finding the hotel quite to my liking, there was a job to do. And
Okay,
I
if
asked
that's
Jeannie
what you
Mae to come
think.
to the front of the dinosaur with me to see an amazing view. And oh, what a view on this night it was. Beautiful.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
And then I
Do
turned
like
over
them,
the
keep
paperwork to Boone
Here.
to prove
This
that
is all I can give.
she was in fact the guilty
I think our
party.
dealings are done here.
And
I don't know.
let him live his
I
life
won't be staying, I know that.
with that weight off his
Don't see
shoulders,
much
I
point
guess.
in anything right now.
He's
except
got kind of a
hunting
sad
legionaries.
story.
Maybe I'll wander.
But, hey,
like
on
you.
to the next location.
What the hell? You're that courier Benny wasted back in Good Springs. You're supposed to be dead.
What they didn't know was I was actually a ghost.
All right, quit fucking around. You survived and you tracked us down. What now? Don't have it. Benny stole it right before he stabbed us in the back. He's probably back at the strip by now, laughing at me. What's to negotiate? The NCR backs off, we walk out of here, nobody gets hurt. I can't believe I'm doing this. But alright, the hostages can go. The NCR had better keep their end of the deal, though. Here, a souvenir for you. It's Benny's lighter. Shove it up his ass when you catch up with him.
Well,
Something I
Boulder
can help
City
you
was
with,
fun and
stranger?
all. It just so happened
This
that we
here's
had
where
to end
folks
up
go when
somewhere,
their luck
which would
runs
make me
out.
question my
Drifters up
allegiance
from
to
the
the
Republic,
NCR a little
locals that
bit.
can't turn a dime,
This
drunken
guy who we're
reprobates from
talking
all
to,
around. And if you don't have the caps to get onto the strip, odds are you'll
not
end
the
up-
greatest. And you'll see why. First job he gave us was to track down a little troublemaker known as Keith in his little camp. Keith, not a great guy, I'll say. He's a scam artist. You know, he's scamming people knowingly, but he knows what he's about.
Hey there. Fancy a game of caravan?
So here's
You know how
Keith
they say you make
giving
your
up
own
the
luck?
goat.
Well,
He
let's just say I
tells
make
us how
mine
he
with a little
cheats by
extra
putting
ink
a
on
little
the
extra
cards.
ink on the cards, you know, marked cards.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's
the
not like I use
captain
them all
does
the
not
time.
take this well.
Mostly I keep them in my
one
shack
bit.
until I see a really fat
flew
score
in.
roll into town.
He's not a happy person when Keith makes a personal attack.
Come on back if you want a game.
Jeter.
Marked cards, huh? I suppose it's obvious, really. Here, you've earned this. I'm gonna go take Keith into custody. If you're interested in a little extra pay, I wouldn't mind backup. Glad to have you. Let's go. Just stick close and follow my lead.
Oh shit, Captain. Bringing out the big irons here. To take one con man into custody. Pulls out the big iron. I like this cool guy walk that we got going on. Isn't that right, Captain? Look at that. Look at that walk. Damn, we look good. Why do I walk slightly faster than him? This is like an episode of Cops. Fucking bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Captain Parker comes for you? Bad boys, well, bad boy. I mean, oh shit, look at this guy. Got it up on his shoulder. He's ready for fucking the tussle. Oh shit, here comes the cops moment.
Keith, in the name of the NCR, I'm placing you under arrest for illicit gambling.
Fuck you, man. I ain't going nowhere with you.
Come quietly now. I don't want to have to hurt you.
Why don't you go cry to your wife then? Oh, that's right. She left your worthless stinking ass.
You son of a bitch!
Holy shit! He's dead! Parker, he's dead. Oh my god, he's already dead, my guy.
Sounds like we're running prim now. I'd still rather take my leave at the strip.
Well, I guess, They didn't even wake up. Fucking... God damn, Parker. That was... maybe a little bit intense.
Well, that was a bit messier than I would have liked. Was there anything else? Maybe, maybe not. I always warned him not to push my buttons. Well, ain't nobody gonna miss him anyways. Here you go. I promised you an extra reward for coming along, so that's what you get.
Fucking hell, Parker. Jesus Christ. How do you reach the
Have you
rank of
found out what
captain?
happened to those
No. I don't know if I want to. You probably gunned them down. Cold blood behind the fucking doorway or something.
Hey.
You know Parker's a
Is the-
lunatic? I can't say anything to the doctor about it. Doctor doesn't even want to know. Well, after Parker's little stunt, I decided to talk to this guy,
hello.
Frank Weathers,
What can I
and
do for
help him with a little issue he
My
had.
name's Frank Weathers. I'm a farmer, got a few hundred acres near Junktown. Well, I was a farmer. I guess I'm not much of anything now. Why does anybody? I thought I'd strike it rich at the tables, make my fortune and never have to plow those damn fields again. I just wanted to provide for my family and now they're gone. All gone. God forgive me. We were crossing the Mojave, not far from Searchlight, when a band of Caesar's Legion slavers came out of nowhere. They took my family. You do that for a complete stranger? Thank you, my friend. The Army says they don't have the available manpower, as if the city is more important. From what I've gathered from NCR Rangers, they were most likely taken to Cottonwood Cove. You might start there. They're cannibals, slavers, and worse. I hear rumors they're poised to overrun the entire Colorado River Valley. One of the officers here, or at Camp McCarran, might be able to tell you more.
I'm going to be honest, I forgot about this guy for a while, so the next bit is not helping his family, which was probably in immediate danger, but rather a meet and greet at Camp McCarran. Hey, it's the Red Berets.
I'm Bitter Root, first recon. You got a reason to talk to me?
Yeah.
While, I guess. I don't keep too careful track of time. I like to keep things simple. Just focus on now. That's why they made me a sniper. You let your mind wander back a ways and you lose sight of what's in front of your eyes. Good way to miss a mark. Guess not. I don't mean nothing by it. You really want to talk to somebody, try 10 of spades. He's always got plenty to say. Me? I'm here to do my job. For now, that job is shooting fiends. You trying to start trouble? Or do you really not know where I got that name? It's a Khan name. You know, the great Khans. That's what my parents were. I figured I grew up around the bastards. They owed me a name after all they put me through. They're dead. Got themselves killed at Bitter Springs. Served them right, if you ask me.
Damn.
You're sorry? Well, that makes one of us. Bitter Springs was the best thing that ever happened to me. Best thing that ever happened to my parents, too. They were as bad as the rest. Worse, maybe. Guess I could tell a pretty good story if I had a mind. But the truth is, I don't know. Just got lucky. They brought me to Daughtry after the battle. He was just a captain back then. Guess he saw something in me. Knew I didn't belong with the Khans. Maybe he felt bad, too. About how his men killed my folks. I told him he did me a service, but he didn't believe me. Still doesn't. He's a good man, Daughtry. Doesn't act like it sometimes, I know. But he didn't have to take me in. You're not fully grown till you've taken a beat down. Everybody gathers around and hits you till you're damn near dead. After that, if you haven't begged for mercy, you get to choose a new name. One you'll use for the rest of your life. When NCR slaughtered the cons at Bitter Springs, I hadn't got my beat down yet. I was still too young. The way I see it, Bitter Springs was my beat down. So afterward, I gave myself a name. It's all I got from the cons. It's all I ever want.
I want this guy as a companion, man. This guy's kind of sounding better than Boone. I mean, Boone's a pretty cool guy. But Bitterroot over here, he's got a backstory. I like this guy.
Yeah, that's probably best. Yeah, look, he's not my real father. He just looked after me for a while. It's a long story, and I'd get tired of talking before it was through. It's like I told you, Daughtry's not my real father. He just looked after me for a while. All right, goodbye.
Hello?
Gorbitz.
I'm Lieutenant Gorobets, 1st Recon. If you're looking to collect a bounty, you should talk to Major Daughtry. If they've proven hard to kill, yes. Whatever it takes to get the job done, even if it means hiring help from outside the military. We're the finest sniper outfit in the whole NCR. If you need a bullet put into a target's eye from 800 yards away, you call us. Some of my team aren't without their share of scars, though, like Betsy and Sterling. Cook, one of the fiends, ambushed her and 10 of spades. They both managed to escape, but not before Cook raped her. Betsy shrugged it off like it was nothing, but her behavior keeps getting worse. Always making passes at every woman who wanders by. It's inappropriate for anyone at 1st Recon to behave that way. I could discipline her, but I'd rather she get medical help. I'd appreciate it. As her CO, I could order her to get help, but I'd have her agree with the idea. Corporal Sterling was an NCR Ranger until he was captured by the Legion. They tortured him pretty badly. He wasn't a Ranger after that, but his eyes are still sharp, so I had him transferred to 1st Recon. We're the finest sniper...
Never seen you around before. What do you want? Not unless you count the fiends as serious. Gorobets keeps us inside the fence most of the time. Doesn't matter to me. I just shoot bad guys. Sooner or later, they'll move us out to the dam, though. That's when the shit gets nasty. Legion fights to win, and they're smart. Hell of a lot smarter than these crazy fiends. But I don't feel bad about shooting Legion boys. Fiends, on the other hand, sometimes I get pangs of conscience. Not often, but sometimes. Yeah, doesn't sound like me at all, right? But it happens. Some cute little junkie bitch, so fucked up she doesn't even know that she's the bad guy. And I've got a headshot her. Makes me think. Might just be sex, though. I see some cute little number and I'd rather get in her pants. So maybe I'm a stone-cold bitch after all. What gave me away? The big gun, the shades, or the attitude? Ha! You're not as dumb as I thought you'd be. We got the same sense of humor. Probably better to walk away while I still like you, though. All kinds of things piss me off. Like just about anything that anybody says. Yeah, right. You're sniffing up the wrong skirt. Try me again when you're tall, blonde, and female. The lieutenant's been talking to you, hasn't he? Look, I don't need a head doctor. I'm 1st Recon, damn it. You don't see the others crying about every little bruise and scrape, do you? Damn. Never had you pegged for the drill instructor type, but you got my attention. You can tell
Damn right I'm the drill instructor type. You are the weakest link.
Get help. There's a Dr. Usanagi who's supposed to be good at this sort of thing. Yeah. Try not to get...
Hey, my man. Ten of spades. First recon sharpshooter at your service. The LT. Gorobets gave it to me. See, I wanted to be ace of spades, but the LT says, sorry, kid, you're too green. So he calls me 10 instead. It's okay, though. I get a few more kills under my belt. He'll move me up to Jack. Jack of spades. Sounds better, right? I keep at it. Eventually, I'll make it to ace. Think I'll skip queen, though. Shit. Long as I can remember, had a rifle in my hand since I was 3. That's what my dad always says. Learned to shoot on our ranch, way west of here. Same as the LT. He's a farm kid, too. Oh, they recruited me, what, a year ago? Taught me to kick even more ass than before. These guys, they really know how to kick some ass. Oh yeah, fine. Just a little stutter. Had it since I was a kid. Doesn't stop me from kicking ass. Damn right. Yeah, I'll see you around.
What can I do for you? I caught the tail end of what you said to her. Betsy looked like she'd been slapped right back into basic for a few seconds there. Let's hope that Betsy sticks with the treatment. Knowing her, she won't keep seeing Usanagi if she feels things are taking too long. Do me a favor and let Usanagi know Corporal Betsy is coming. I'd like to make sure the medical clinic has time for her. Carry on.
Howdy. Name's Sterling, First Recon. Can't say I've seen you before. I'd remember if I had. Got a good memory for faces, landmarks and such too. Comes with practice, that's all, and a lot of scouting from place to place.
Oh my god. I just see the scoped fucking cowboy repeater on this guy's back, and I'm just sitting here. He's talking, and I'm ready to fucking yeehaw with this guy. Give me your gun.
I call her the Long Carabine. Didn't always have the scope. I added that myself. Been shooting with her so long, couldn't bring myself to toss her away. Would have felt guilty to part with the old girl. The other snipers used bolt action, but Gorobets reckoned it didn't matter none if I was different, so long as I could hit my targets. Used to be a ranger, one of the first they sent out east back before we took the dam. Observation and reconnaissance. We took the lay of the land, checked out the locals, and kept ourselves inconspicuous. A couple friends of mine were the first to scout the dam. That was back in '73, if I recall. A lot of those rangers are dead now. Vegas always chewed men up. It's just a little more literal nowadays. Well, that wasn't really a matter of choice. Got myself caught by legionaries up near Malpay. They had themselves some fun with me. Mangled my hands and feet pretty good. Wasn't much good with the pistol after that. Wasn't gonna be trekking across the waste on any more long scouts either. Caesar's boys figured I wasn't going anywhere after what they'd done to me. So they didn't bother tying me up. I crawled out of there on my elbows and knees. Must have looked a sight. Then I rolled down an embankment into the Colorado. Guess I had a mind to drown rather than give Caesar's boys the satisfaction of killing me. But a couple rangers happened to be watching from across the river. They jumped on in and pulled me out of there. Lucky break, they said. Going on 6 months now, but I reckon we'll be moving out soon enough. Can't talk about the details. Till then, we'll man the towers and keep an eye on the fiends. We've had more than our share of trouble from their direction. Whole thing smells of Caesar to me. Of course, that's just guesswork. But I'd still bet a few caps he's stirring up the locals against us.
After our
Always a
little
pleasure.
meet and greet
Keep
with
yourself
First
safe.
Recon, I decided to
Sounds like
see
a
Major
running friend now.
Daughtry,
I'd still
the
rather take
commanding
my leave,
officer that oversees the camp's
Back of
operations,
drugged
I
out
guess.
killers.
And
They're addicted to
he
every
wanted me to
stim,
go
every
shoot
pill,
some
every
people for him.
psychoactive enema on this
So
fucked up
we
earth.
did.
I've got 3 fiends I want dead, and I don't give a goddamn how it gets done. That sound like something that interests you? Good. That's damn good. I figure it's about time we got lucky out here, so maybe you can snuff one of these maniacs. First one calls herself Violet. God knows why. The name is the prettiest thing about her. Spends most of her time with a pack of vicious dogs. Then there's Driver Nephi. He's fast and he's brutal. Killed about a dozen of my men with a goddamn driver iron. Hence his name. And finally, Cook. Rapist, pyromaniac, and damn good chef if you believe the fiends we've captured. Probably the craziest of the lot. I'm not gonna feed you any bullshit. These aren't your common Vegas trash. They've all killed good NCR men, and plenty of mercs too. You go after them, any of them, you're in for a hell of a fight. So, which one is it gonna be?
You said Cook was the worst fiend of them all, man. I'm going straight for him. He's numero uno.
One thing I
on
should
the
tell
list.
you about Cook. Piece of shit is pure animal. He raped one of my snipers, and that makes this personal. Also, he's got a flamethrower, and he's damn good with it. From what I hear, he either rapes or burns every living thing he gets his hands on. Only one man's gotten close to killing him, and that's Little Buster. So he says, anyway. Maybe it's bullshit, but I'd still ask him about it.
Little Buster? That's
Bounty
who my
hunter.
contact
Talks
is?
big, but
He
he's still
sounds
alive, so you can't
he
be
sounds like a pathetic piece of
I
shit.
think he's out in the yard.
Little
waiting to claim a
Buster?
couple bounties.
I mean, if Little Buster is going to get me into the raping, flame-throwing, driver ironing serial killers layer, I'll talk to him, but you know, I don't feel strongly about taking advice from someone named Little Buster on killing this man.
Adoptive father, yes. I was very proud when he made first recon. I know that every time I send them out, I could be sending him to his death. But if it's not me, it'll be somebody else. At least this way I get one more chance to see him. Yeah, I was there. I was Captain Daughtry then. That whole situation was a mess and could easily have been avoided with good intel. The major in charge at the time made a bad call. He thought Bitter Springs was full of Great Khan raiders, so we surrounded the place. By the time any of us realized there were civilians down there, women and children, shooting had already started. The major froze up at the news, and we couldn't get another word out of him. I took over and salvaged the situation as best I could. For my effort, I was promoted to major. Not quite the way I'd have wanted it. We know they supply the fiends with illegal chems, but they never stick around in NCR territory for long. They know the land and move quick. There's talk from time to time about taking out their base at Red Rock Canyon, but nothing ever comes of it. The Great Khans are tough fighters. If we ever did go up against them on their home turf, we'd win. But casualties would be high.
So at this point, we took what we knew and we headed out. First stop, talk to Little Buster, who, to my surprise, actually seemed like he was actually knowing what he was doing. Who would have guessed?
Let me guess. You got work for me, right? Well, you're too late. I just quit the bounty trade. As soon as I pick up some caps that Daughtry owes me, I'm out of this scrapyard. Because I killed a couple of marks for him, that's why. The rapist with the flamethrower? Yeah, that's a combination I stay the fuck away from. I was stalking him for a while. Real good at that. Watching people from where they can't see me, you know? Only one thing I learned about that asshole. Keeps a bunch of Brahmins. Most of them he roasts whenever he feels like it. But there's one. Must be his pet or some shit. Doesn't let anybody near that Brahmin. Somebody puts a bullet in her, I bet that'd piss him off good. Might make him careless, too.
With the new information that Cook had a favorite cow, and that shooting this cow would make him crazy, we begin 0%
the
chance
hunt.
to hit that. Story of my life. Fucking throw a grenade over there. Oh god, don't throw a grenade right there. That is right in front of me.
I live next to a couple of dudes, a couple of brothers that don't even know the Isaac brothers watch cartoons.
Now I need the head. Cook. Cook's head. Oh, I ripped his head right off like fucking Predator.
Let me see the scumbag's head. Yeah, that's Cook. Ugh, did he always smell like this, even before he was dead? And the fiends let this guy touch their food? Well, this is payback for at least one of my troopers. She'll be glad to know he's dead. Here's your caps. Think you can take down another one of these scumbags? Up to you. But I can trust you to do the job, and I'd hate to see you walk away. That's the best damn thing I've heard all... There's two psycho... You've got some guts, I'll give you that. Nephi is one tough son of a bitch. You let it... My advice is this. Talk to... If you're lucky, you can lure Nephi into the open and the sharpshooters can bring him down. You bring me the head. It's a better bet than trying to take Nephi one... My team will take up positions around the old rock crushing point. They'll wait until they see Nephi, and then they'll start shooting. At that point, just keep your head down and stay out of range of his golf club. We'll... Get your rifles and move out, first recon. We've got a fiend.
Oh shit, I get like the... I don't remember this mission. You get the entire fucking first recon of the NCR to go with you. All fucking 5 snipers.
I live next to a couple.
Man. That was a bigger gunfight than I thought for a couple snipers and asshole with a grenade launcher.
Got any more good news for me? You killed another one. Let me have a look at the
Now
head.
live next to a couple dudes.
Well, well, well. Driving the fine. Nothing to say, you son of a bitch. No tips on my golf swing. Lost a lot of good men to this psychopath. Morale's gonna be better now that he's gone. Here's the bounty I promised. I guess we can send first recon down to Camp Forlorn Hope. They need all the help they can get there. That's 2 psychopaths dead. If you can bring... Violet it is. Wish I could give you more advice. Just watch out for the dogs. Good question. Fiend territory is sound. Just bring me back that last hit. Right.
I would say probably not.
Now I live next to a couple dudes and a couple brothers that don't do nothing but smoke dope, listen to the eyes.
If that's true, that would be the last of them. God damn it. That's Violet, all right. You made me one happy son of a bitch, you know that? Here, this is the bounty I put on her head. It's yours. You've been one hell of a stroke of good luck, you know that? Those 3 scumbags probably killed 20 NCR troopers. And you bring them down alone. Wish I had a few grunts as good as you. Damn good working with you.
Next up, we hit up Arcade Gannon and go investigate some creepy pair in
Overt
Freeside.
flirtation will get you everywhere, you know. On a slightly more serious note, if you're interested in helping out with the troubles plaguing Freeside, I can come with you. Just don't do anything obnoxious, like trying to help Caesar's Legion, and we should be fine. Understood? All right, let's not waste any time. There are people out there to help, things to learn. Maybe not in that order, but let's get to it.
I mean, at least he's enthusiastic, right?
I'm not exactly a mercenary, but taking out scumbags of this magnitude wouldn't cause me to lose any sleep.
But back to business. It was time to investigate a man named Dermot and his partner, St. James. See if they had anything to do with the missing people gone around.
Why are you talking to me, man? I'm trying to relax here. Got it? Me and Dermot work salvage around New Vegas. What do you even mean? He's Dermot. Dermot knows how to work salvage better than any man I ever met. Doesn't go asking questions all day, neither. I don't know a thing about no missing refugees from that Aerotech camp. Go cry to somebody else. Yeah, well, I must have heard rumors, and, fuck you. You got nothing on me and Dermot. We gotta go through this again? What's it about this time? Fuck off.
Well, Dermot wasn't immediately available for questioning. The game gave me a great idea. This man lives like 3 feet away, and I'm going to search his house for, you know, a ledger, because it seems that every slaver in this game has not learned their lessons of the past and keeps detailed ledgers of who they're
Guy's
slaving.
unstable, but he pays his rent, and Sweetie seems to like him all right. Catch you later, then.
Welcome to the Casa Madrid. If you got an itch needs scratching, you came to the right place. Just watch how you treat the merchandise. Most of my body is scarred all over, like a ghoul. Nobody around who'd want to screw that. No, I just run things. I look after the only reasons anyone would want to spend any time here. I'm a pimp. All Marco does is collect rent and take a small cut of my action. He sure as hell doesn't clean the rooms. You know where to find me.
The first person we would question was St. James' favorite girl.
Hey, baby, what say you and me get acquainted? I got my start at the Gomorrah. Good money, but I saw how those Omertas hook girls on free jet or MedX, then start charging. Slavery through a needle is what that is. I earn less out here, but I keep more. Sure do. St. James is my #1 customer. He's a prospector who pays Marco to stay here at the Casa week to week. I don't know why his friend Dermot chose to stay here. He's never been with me or nobody else. But St. James likes having me close at hand. A client's got a right to privacy, so it'll cost 200 caps for me to tell you all about it. Funny how I make caps every time I open my mouth. St. James has problems, that's for sure. Never wants me to say a thing or for me to move around either. Lately, he brings a teddy bear with him and props it on the bed like it's watching us. Ugh, it's creepy as hell. Not the worst I ever been with, but more a pervert than most. I'm called Sweetie because I'm the sweetest piece you'll ever find anywhere outside of the Strip. I do have his spare key, but I'm not sure if he'd like it if I let you in there. St. James can be a little crazy sometimes. Oh, don't you dare play that game with me. Fine. Here's the key since it's so important to you. It's worth every cap, baby. I'll do things to you you didn't even think was possible, and leave you feeling like everything's right in the world. Keep telling yourself that, sugar. You'll be back. You know you'll be back.
Arcade Ganon? No. We're here to break into the rooms at the fucking brothel. We're not here to enjoy the merchandise. St. James' room didn't contain too much except for the teddy bear mentioned by Sweetie. Dermot's room, however, was a little more telling, and luckily, it was right next door. To summarize everything going on in the ledger up, they're slave dealers with the fiends. I mean, big time, like quite a few people. So, they had to go. It was that simple. And, luckily they did. Jesus Christ, Ganon. Do you have to stand right there? Fucking... staring me down when I drop the Pip-Boy. Taking up half my fucking screen.
I got nothing you need. If it's ass you're looking for, talk to Pretty Sarah. You're right about that. St. James, got a thief here.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
What a shame. Here we go.
Thanks a lot. I'm out Dermot and St. James's rent, and they paid regular. And once they get to stinking, I'll have to clean up the mess, too.
Even if Freeside was a little ungrateful that we murdered those two men for being slave drivers, I might add, Captain Parker was very grateful.
What happened to those missing
and
refugees?
he himself is a murderer too, so he knows how to be grateful about murder.
How do you know? Did you find proof? Oh, sick bastards. Can't say I'll shed any tears for them. Here, you've earned this.
And after talking to Captain Parker, I did remember the Weathers family. So, we went to Cottonwood Cove. God, I love that headshot. That was amazing. Does the bullet cam and everything, fucking blast him. Yes! Yes! My trap paid off! Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Beautiful. this is where I noticed things went wrong. Mrs. Weathers had walked into a landmine while I wasn't looking.
You're a killer. Go away. Why free me now? After what you done, I ain't saying thank you.
You looking for a pat on the back? My mother is dead.
Your mother ran into a fucking landmine. That's not my fault. Why are you calling me a killer? Your mother. Your mother was attracted to landmines. With the mother being dead, sadly, we did go back to Frank and give him the news.
Have you found my family yet? Yes. Have you found them? Oh, thank you, thank you. But wait, what about my wife?
Why would I be such an asshole about this guy's wife being dead? She walked into a landmine. It wasn't my fault. And my speech options are like, she's dead as a doornail. Shouldn't have left her in the desert, dumbass. That's the worst fucking she walked into a landmine. It's not my fault.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for saving my children at least. Where'd they go? You're right. I've been a mean son of a bitch the past couple years. It won't be easy, but I'll try going sober. Maybe then my family will want me back. Thank you for doing what you can. I won't let this go to waste.
That's right. You better clean up your fucking act. And after telling Frank to clean up his act, it was on to the next area, to help a local drug dealer.
Are you implying I have some kind of secret under-the-table stash I only offer to certain clients? Because that could get a man in trouble. Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can trust. If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my stash, and at a discount. Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them at a better price anywhere else. Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're just passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes. Great, let me know what he says. They're almost a straight shot north from here, up past the sharecroppers. Bye.
So, of course, we do as he asks and head immediately to the Gunrunners to see Isaac about getting him a shipment.
I don't handle buying and selling for the Gunrunners. Talk to the robot in the kiosk near our factory. For around 5 years now, I handle the supply end of things, raw materials and stuff. Shit, is he serious? The 25% increase in weapons is doable, but a 50% increase in ammunition is nuts. Just don't have the supplies on hand to meet that kind of demand for new weapons. You're right. I suppose we could refurbish used and damaged weapons to fill the order. They'll be in like-new condition, and then we can use our loader to make fresh ammo from spent brass. We'll have to wait a few days for gunpowder, but this might just work out. Tell Contreras the extra guns and ammo will be in the next shipment. Later.
So you're back. Very professional. I like that. Maybe you can handle something bigger. Great. The Crimson Caravan has something ready for me. Look for Blake and let him know you're picking up Contreras' medical supplies. Thanks. Don't come back until you have it. Crimson Caravan is just north.
And, as expected, we head to Crimson Caravan to see Blake. And we get a little insight into just what kind of operation this Sergeant Contreras is running.
Here you go. Let him know he needs to make another payment if he wants more of this stuff. Well, painkillers are easy to come by, but it isn't easy finding iodine, allergy meds, and a few of these other items. Why do you ask? Really?
So you're back. Really? I never noticed that. I'm just following orders here, moving supplies as needed. Whoa there, kiddo. No need to blow things out of proportion. I'm just selling certain ingredients on the side, not chems. Besides, it's not like drugs are a big deal. Alcohol is just as bad, yet it is perfectly legal in the NCR.
I mean, I was a businessman doing business.
He said the fucking line. The NPC in the game said the fucking I'm a businessman doing business line. But yes, I love it when memes pop up in games. And it came out fucking 7 years before that line was even a meme. Perfect. Love it.
Good. Does that mean you have those supplies? See, you're practically stealing caps from me. This work is so easy. There's one more job. It's a little more complicated, but I think you're up to it. I need to get some stuff sorted around. Gonna take me a day or two, so just stop back in a few days.
Wasting exactly no time, I sat in the corner of his room for 3 days and then came back to him.
All right. I need you to pass something off to a merchant. The guy's name is Price. The exchange goes down at Miguel's pawn shop in Westside. This next bit is very important. He's paranoid, maybe a little schizo. You have to identify yourself with a passcode or he'll shoot you right there. Just tell him you're looking for some betting advice. Then he'll say the surest move is to bet on the house. Be sure you do. If you get this last job done, full access to my stash, at a discount even, just because I like you. Get moving, watch out for raiders, and do not lose that package. Good luck.
And this is where the mystery begins. And I start to suspect somebody else is onto this Contreras fellow.
Goodbye.
This Keller guy just happened to be sitting where we were supposed to meet up with Price. But I wasn't sure I wanted to let him in on the, trade just yet. So I had to walk around to look for Price, but it was unfruitful, to say the least. So eventually I decided to talk to Keller, and he gave me a story about working together. I don't know.
What? Look, do you have something to drop off or not? Crazy Wastelander.
Man didn't even know the secret password, so I decided to head back to Contreras. Get some information on what was up.
Ah, shit. I'm guessing he got caught by the NCR. We need to kill that guy now that he's seen you. Last thing we need is some investigator tracking you down. Get it done, and I think we can settle accounts, so to speak.
To put it bluntly, I was not gonna kill that guy for the drug dealer, man. That was just one step a little too far. So let's go see what we can work out with the, especially being as he was likely NCR.
Well, since you seem to have things figured out, the name's Keller. I'm an NCR ranger investigating chem runners. Price is in deep with the NCR for supplying ingredients to the local gangs. He's currently being held for questioning. What's your business with him? Contreras? What's his involvement? Was he selling drugs to Price? Sounds like the evidence we need to bring him in for questioning and search his shack. But why are you telling me all of this?
Luckily, I'm a pretty smooth talker and was able to work out a deal where Contreras gets to not be executed.
It's not like he has much choice now that we have evidence. If you can convince Contreras to work with the Rangers to break up the drug ring, I'll call off the firing squad. Just report back to me when he's agreed to make the deal. Otherwise, he's dead.
So you're back.
So we went to Contreras one last time.
Oh, shit. Well, please tell me you didn't hand him the package. Thank God. You're gonna need to take him out. If McCarran hears I've been selling contraband, we're both dead. That might just work. Tell him I'll cut him in on a bit of the profit and help him track down drug dealers if he'll give me a pass. The last thing I need is a do-gooder ranger trying to take me down. Good to hear. Well, I'd say you're officially invited to the big kid's table now. My stash is your stash. Oh, and I think you might get more use out of this rifle than I ever will. Enjoy.
And there we go. We got access to Contreras' personal stash and a pretty badass rifle. How about that?
This is a restricted area. State your business. Your being here is a start, soldier. We aren't exactly overflowing with troopers here. But if you really want to help us, talk to the idiot with sunglasses in the back of the plant building. He's been trying to get this place running for months and hasn't made any forward progress.
It looked like it was time yet again to help the NCR with another power problem. This time, Helios 1. Led by one interesting scientist named Fantastic.
It's unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist? Well, that explains it. NCR, who do you fight for? You're right, I'm sorry. That imbecile in the next room has me on edge. I used to be more fun. I'm still passionate about my work, though. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I'm in the Followers of the Apocalypse. How about you? That's reassuring. Although many who've made that claim to the Followers of the Apocalypse over the years have had less than pure intentions. But if it's really as you say, then take my advice. This installation carries with it dangers that no one here has realized. Take care what you do here and who you listen to. Some things are best left buried with the old world.
After a long discussion with Ignacio, it was time to see who exactly was running this place. And here he is.
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they? Worried? Do I look worried to you? I've got this under control, baby. No one else can do what I do here. What else? I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good. Fuck, man. Everything. I push buttons, I turn dials, I read numbers. Sometimes I make up little stories in my head about what the numbers mean. Like one time I imagined they were a code to get into a vault full of naked women. Man, how cool would that be?
As you can see, we're dealing with a true man of science here, a genuine big brain fellow.
No, man. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just don't know what effect it's going to have. Over there controls power in this building. That station has readouts on the computer network. That big knob there makes a crazy noise. Sparks come out of that slot if you put stuff in it. And I'm learning more every day. It was easy, man. They were going door to door asking if anyone knew any scientists. I said, look no further. They asked me if I knew anything about power plants. I said as much as anyone I had ever met. They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard. Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency. And I guess that just isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over. Killed 2 guys. Now they won't go near it. They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs. Know what I'm saying? There's these 2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but didn't get very far. You'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the rest from up there. I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right? Hey, you're not thinking about going up there, are you? Well, hey, if you find yourself up at the mainframe, do yourself a favor and make sure you send the power to the right place. It needs to go to the Strip and McCarran. Because I get paid, that's why. Per kilowatt hour. Whatever the hell that is. That's where the NCR wants the power, so that's where I want it. But you know, you do that, maybe I put in a good word for you with them. Fantastic's little helper. There's a reputation you can hang your hat on. Here, you'll want this. It's the password to one of the terminals outside. Found it written on one of the stalls in the bathroom.
And with the information provided by Fantastic and Ignacio, we snuck into the secure area of the facility, the main tower, and re-enabled Helios 1.
Law-abiding citizens have nothing to fear. Law-abiding citizens have nothing to fear. Hold it right.
And with the reflector control panel activated, that was the last step in re-enabling the Helios 1 plant. So it was time to talk to Ignacio, who actually knew what he was doing, and see what ideas Mr. Fantastic had on our newly found power output.
What can I help you with? I saw that on the monitors here, and you sent it to everyone. Very admirable. Now that the NCR has more or less what they want, hopefully their curiosity about the plan is satisfied, and they'll dig no deeper. The followers will be grateful. Here, take these as a parting gift. I hope you'll find them useful. Keeping watch mostly. Trying to make sure the dangers of this plan are minimized. Goodbye.
Yo.
Amazingly, Fantastic has nothing to say. He probably doesn't even realize that the plant is turned back on. I'm gonna say that's a mission success. Guess the next stop is the Boomers. Let's go.
Took your sweet time getting here, didn't you? I've been waiting a good 5 years for an outsider to come along and visit.
All right, so after talking to Pearl, she gives us some objectives around the base. First, we killed some ants. That went okay.
Oh, you can't miss her.
Then
she's
we
short red
like
hair and she's the most beautiful woman who ever
helped
lived.
some guy
really
do something.
Like
truly a Romeo and Juliet. But eventually, it all culminated in us being entrusted by their society to raise the bomber from the lake, and we got them on our side for Ambassador Crocker, which was cool. But not before we get to see a B-29 rise up from the depths of the water. This is actually pretty cool, and it will help us later.
In any event, I have another assignment ready and waiting for you, but we can speak of it later. Rest up. When you're ready, speak to me again.
The last assignment Crocker had for us was to help a guy named the King in Freeside, so we just went ahead and did that.
So I'll tell you what, just this once, name whatever you want, and if I can make it happen, it's done. Don't rush it, though. Toss it around in your head a little. You only get one favor from the king. Things have been a lot better since you helped with those soldier boys. Thanks again. So, what can I do for you?
I mean, admittedly, this guy does control the entire sector of the city, so we just asked him to make peace with the NCR and,
pull something like that
stop the fighting in the streets.
Damn straight they will. It's some of the other locals that I'm worried about. On second thought, if I can whip this band of hooligans into obedience, a stray tough guy or two shouldn't be a problem. Okay, you've got a deal. No more violence against the NCR on my watch. But this makes us even, you hear?
After dealing with the Kings, we were pretty much done with Crocker's needs. It turns out someone higher up the chain needed our help.
You're not officially in
down
the
at
employ
Hoover
of the
Dam.
NCR, so there's nothing forcing you to go. But I'd go see her sooner rather than later. The Colonel is not someone you want to keep waiting.
And just like that, we were invited to the big kids table. You're the Colonel? Let's go see what
Good, you
Colonel
made it. I've
has
been
in
receiving
store for
reports
us.
about the savior of the NCR for a while now and wanted to meet you myself. You've proven yourself especially capable, and right now I can use all the capable people I can get. Crocker gets handed the fluff missions that no one else wants to do. When people need something really important done, they come to me. Usually I dispatch one or more rangers to see these things through, but I'm a little short-handed at the moment. Think you're up for a real mission? Since the majority of my men are on assignment dealing with the Legion, I need someone to handle other matters that have arisen. Make no mistake, there's a battle coming, and I intend to make sure there are no loose ends when the time comes. One such loose end is a gang known as the Great Khans. Have you heard of them? Then I don't need to tell you that they can be a pain in the ass. The NCR has a rather sordid history with them, and I'm concerned that we'll find them aiding our enemies when the Legion attack comes. That is, unless we get to them first. I want you to visit them in their canyons to the far west and make sure they're in no shape to join the Legion. They're just another gang of raiders as far as I'm concerned, so deal with them appropriately. Any questions? Don't fool yourself. I've dealt with enough of these gangs to know that they can't be trusted. Is there anything else? Good. I look forward to hearing of your progress. Dismissed.
And just like that, we're off to kill some more of the NCR's enemies. Just like we can.
Got enough?
Yeah, Carl, we're gonna say goodbye. No allegiance. Sorry, bud. Pop. 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 Hey, there's my guy. Maybe we can, talk to him. Jessup, I'm here. Whoa, Jessup. Let's calm down about this, okay? Sorry it had to happen this way. Almost. Oh boy, 6 health. Well, I think that's the Great Khan's fucking decimated. So, back to the Hoover Dam.
Good riddance. We've had reports for years that they're the ones who supply the fiends with chems, but no one's done anything about it. In any event, no one will miss them. And I've got another mission for you. We've had some disturbing reports recently concerning the Omertas, one of the 3 families that run the Strip. Our intelligence has discovered that high-ranking members of the Omertas have been having clandestine meetings for the past several months. We haven't been able to determine whom they've been meeting with, but if it's Caesar's men, we'll need to act. I need you to uncover what they're up to and stop it if it threatens the NCR. Any questions? Our preliminary research shows that the Omertas used to do some business in... Liza O'Malley at the embassy may have some information for you as well. Dismissed.
And with nothing more other than her few words of encouragement, we were off to slay the Omertas. Only thing is, I didn't know what they were doing, but we did dig up some dirt on them, so it was easy to find out. They were getting guns, and while they were getting guns, they were having meetings, and I interrupted one of these meetings expertly. It was as simple as blackmailing their lowest level lieutenant, and we walked right in the front door. Oh, we also destroyed the guns. That's why they have their guns out.
When you're ready, just say the word. I suggest doing it while they're talking.
Let's have some words. Take a seat on the couch so we can get to talking.
It's time for the meeting with the bosses. We can't chit-chat right now.
So I assume you know why we called you here. Yeah, we lost some guns, you little weasel. However, we can get more guns. You slowed us down, but you can't stop us. You're gonna die, I fear you.
This is the bit where they do the evil genius monologue. Basically, to sum it up, they thought they were going to make a distraction and take over from House and all that nonsense. Complete bullshit. They failed. They're dying a failure. These idiots didn't even believe in each other. I turned them on each other with one sentence.
Two-timing motherfucker. I knew this day would come.
We're gonna say goodbye to that head hero. Man, kind of feel bad for Kachino, but at the same time, I don't really feel bad for Kachino. Let's be honest, we've ran into him before. He's an asshole. So all of them dead together? I'm gonna call that a mission accomplished. There was only one thread left to tie up in this whole New Vegas equation. It was obvious. Mr. House had to go.
Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this, Mr. House? The answer is simple.
Hold on. Now hold on. Just a moment. Turn around and leave, and I won't attack you any further. Just stay away from the console. It doesn't do anything.
Why have you done this? Centuries of preparation. So much good undone. If personal gain, what you sought, should have done as asked. No! Don't disable Cerebro! I'd rather be killed. Just kill me.
Goodbye, house. You had a long run. But sometimes it just isn't in your favor. And just like that, New Vegas was under new management.
Then that's
The
one
colonel
more
had
nuisance
one
we
more
won't have to
task,
worry
though,
about.
before the president
The
was
brass
in
has been throwing
town.
around the idea of
Take
having
out
president
the
visit
Brotherhood of
dam for a
Steel.
while now, to rally the troops and boost morale and such. With our recent achievements, they finally feel secure enough to stage the damn thing. But while it's being planned, I have one last mission for you. Several years ago, we managed to wrest the Helios 1 solar power station from the Brotherhood of Steel chapter local to this area. It was a crushing victory, but no one's heard a peep from the Brotherhood since. Recently, we've had scouts go missing in an area west of Helios, and I'm concerned that the Brotherhood is involved. I want you to find them, and once you do, finish them for good. Any questions?
After 20 years of chucking grenades and using armor-piercing rounds against these people, we finally made it into the depths of their base. And oh, did this feel so good. This shit was an absolute massacre. I will tell you what, the Brotherhood put up a good fight, but they all got stuck in this one room, and yeah, this happened. Goodbye, you pieces of shit. Your stupid bunker's gonna be blown up. No more will you trouble my wasteland. Beautiful. I love it. Next up, it was time to get a visit from President Kimball. And I got really lucky here. I'm not going to lie. I ran into some lady in the lobby that was like, the engineer Ben is missing. And I got really like concerned that Ben had planted a bomb, and I was checking out all the engineers. And guess what I found on one of the engineers? You never will. You might have already, but you never will.
Day off for this.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for coming out here today for this very special occasion. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the President of the new California Republic, Aaron Kimball.
Well, if that isn't the most darndest sus thing I ever seen, a little detonator in this engineer's pocket.
It is for you that I have come here, and it is because of you that I am able to do so. We enjoy our privileges because you take the greatest of risks, and are prepared to make the most noble sacrifices.
Shouldn't you be What the hell? Nice work, Catch.
It is because of men and women like Private First Class, Jeremy Watson, that Nevada and the new California Republic remain free and secure.
Not now. Not now.
Thank fuck. Holy shit. That took a while, man. But, I'm glad we were able to deduce it without a guide. Very cool.
Good job today. We got the president out safe and sound. And I couldn't have done it without you. You have my thanks.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, because it's taken a long time, the end of the game.
Sweet-ass time coming here. Let's get down to brass tacks. We need to get this thing moving if we want to keep the element of surprise. You've done some great work for us up to this point, and we're hoping to use your unique abilities to aid us once again. Thanks to the task my subordinates have delegated to you, the NCR now has a unique opportunity. We now have a chance to take the fight to those bastards on their home turf. I'm in the beginning stages of planning out an assault on the fort. I've made calls to our allies, and they're on their way to our position. Once our forces are in place in garrison here, we'll begin our assault.
Sir, I don't know what happened. A bunch of Legionnaires just stormed into the power station.
Into the power station? How is that possible?
I don't know, sir. There was some talk of them entering through the clog intake tunnels, but I don't have any confirmation. On my way up here, there was some chatter about their commander, the Legate, I think he's called, set up at some kind of base on the eastern bank.
Okay, listen here. Unless we can get some additional support, I'm gonna need you to help me resolve this situation. You need to make your way to this camp they have on the eastern bank and take out the Legate. That should hamstring this attack. Thanks for your support. I'll make sure the NCR emergency radio is up and running. Go kill those bastards.
Good gracious. The Legion is using the intake tunnels to storm their way into the dam. Someone has to stop them.
What can I do?
I think that you should be able to divert the flow of the water into the generator turbines. That would grind them up like a hamburger. The computer to activate it is just ahead, but you may need to go outside to activate the manual override. That system hasn't been used in a while.
I got it.
Good luck. I'm gonna find a place to not get shot.
By the general. I don't even have my armor, man. This ain't good. Holy shit. Yeah. Time for Legionaries to die. After fighting through the bottom of the dam, we moved up top, joined up with the NCR veteran rangers, and kicked some more Legion ass. All the way to the Legate's camp. Let's move, boyos.
Is it true? Was there really a Brotherhood base nearby that blew sky high?
Not today, dirtbag. Not today.
And who are you to come before me? You bear the insignia of the bear, yet you do not wear it as a soldier of the West wears it.
And finally, our chance to meet him, Mr. Legate Lanius. We basically told him the Legion is stupid, he's a dummy, and should leave.
It is Kaiser's
That's about it.
will this gate to the west bear the flag of the Legion. Kaiser's will is made truth through me. I am a hammer against all that defy his rule. If you seek to stand against me, you shall fall as the West falls.
Not today, bud. Not today.
I see you fight. So you seek our roads and save your... Your weakness? You seek to thwart me by claiming the Legion is too strong for you? That does not mean we would not succeed.
Oh, but it does.
The East was a hard-fought campaign. Even now, Caesar drew too much of the Legion's blood needed there for this. Hoover Dam is but a place. I will not have it be the gravestone of the Legion, whether quickly, or as you describe, slowly, by attrition. As for wisdom, there is wisdom in your words, man of the West. Know that I shall return east. I shall not remain there forever. On that day, the strength of the bear shall be tested. If the West is one day filled with ones such as you, perhaps it shall be a worthy fight indeed. My coming would have saved you, set your people free in ways they cannot see. War would have tested them, broken the weak with its violence, yet allowing the strong to arise. Violence gave you that strength, awakened you. I can see it upon your face, where 2 bullets left their mark. Perhaps it is unfortunate Wolpex was not here to hear your words. Something tells me you would prove more than his match. Until the day when our armies meet again, NCR. I shall wait for you on the battlefield.
And would you look at that, everyone lived happily ever after. To go enjoy themselves, and totally not be interrupted by some kind of giant flashbang that blows down this big-ass building. Oh, fuck. Oh shit, the general is here. Man, look at him marching in like MacArthur.
That's a fine bit of work back there.
What a guy.
Truth told, I'm surprised you made it out of there in one piece. You and the dam. I'm impressed to say the least, and that's no easy thing. You've secured NCR's future. The administration sends its thanks for what it's worth. And we're glad to have you. And whether you're a soldier of the Republic or not, you're it in my eyes. Sometimes the Republic gets lost along the way while it's trying to follow its instincts. But when soldiers like you come along, it helps them get back on track and does it by example. And what you've done here today, that's gonna keep us going for a while.
We clean up, take prisoners, watch the East for any more trouble from the Legion. Though I think they're still running, according to our scouts.
After that, we'll see what happens when the dust settles and how the Mojave looks now without Caesar coming for its throat. Something tells me we better enjoy this breather while we can. And if that means Vegas, then you and the troops have earned it. Can't keep the courier spirit down, eh? Fair enough. We'll clean up here. Kind of curious how this is going to pan out in the long run. But I guess history will tell us in its own sweet time.
And so the courier who had cheated death in the cemetery outside Good Springs cheated death once again, and the Mojave wasteland was forever changed. The new California Republic celebrated its second victory at Hoover Dam, establishing definitive control over the entire Mojave wasteland. Soon after, they negotiated terms to annex the Strip, Freeside, and many surrounding communities. The Mojave wasteland, at long last, had entirely fallen under the NCR's banner. Though the courier's agenda was debated by many, he was honored by NCR for his support of the military at Hoover Dam. He was presented with the Golden Branch,
the highest civilian decoration given by the Republic.
With the help of the gunrunners, the Boomers developed a healthy trading relationship with the NCR. Eventually, the Boomers began wandering out into the wasteland, while still preventing outsiders from entering Nellis.
Buried beneath tons of rubble, the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel was no more. Those few who were outside the Hidden Valley bunker when it was destroyed settled into new lives, or headed west to find a new chapter to join.
Their leaders destroyed by the Courier, the fiends scattered throughout the wasteland. Without the organization of Motor Runner, Cook, Violet, and Driver Nephi, they were easy prey.
After the NCR's victory at the dam, the followers of the Apocalypse were pushed out of Old Mormon Fort during its occupation by NCR forces. NCR further encouraged them to leave Outer Vegas entirely, and the followers had no choice but to comply.
Goodsprings saw more trade along I-15 after NCR gained control of the Mojave Wasteland. But with that came a heavy burden of the Republic's taxes. Some old-timers, unable to handle the cost, were forced to move on, grumbling all the while.
After generations of being beaten down, the great Khans were finally broken by the Courier. Those few who avoided the Courier's wrath moved north into the wilderness of Idaho, where they tried once more to rebuild.
After the NCR victory at Hoover Dam, the temporary truce between them and the Kings blossomed into a full-scale relief effort for the people. While the NCR made repeated entreaties that Freeside join the Republic, the Kings steadfastly maintained their independence.
Though Novak was a low-priority target for the Legion, many of Novak's citizens died in its defense. In the weeks that followed, several bright followers returned to Novak to help restore its defenses, allowing it to remain independent of NCR.
After Hoover Dam, NCR helps rebuild Primm as a major stopping point on the Long 15. Though Primm citizens chafe under NCR's taxes, they benefit greatly from the increased protection and merchant traffic.
And so the Courier's road came to an end, for now. In the new world of the Mojave Wasteland, fighting continued, blood was spilled, and many lived and died just as they had in the old world. Because war never changes.
Well, there we go. Thanks for joining us for Fallout New Vegas. Holy crap, that only took like a long time to do. Was fun though to replay the game after all these years. It was actually really fun to replay the game after all these years. Makes me really think that Fallout 4 kind of let me down, but who knows, I might play that next. Whatever I do. It probably won't be this again, like this as in down there on the bottom left long. But hey, it was fun. So I'll see you next time.
You kids did a terrific job.
They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard.